What's up, ladies and gents? We're gonna start today's dealership life video in the service department. Now it's Saturday, service is closed, but there's a really cool car here waiting for someone to pick it up. It's actually one of our service technician's friends. I want to show you this car because it's awesome. And I don't know too much about it as far as if it's all original and that sort of thing. However, I'm thinking it is. This is a 1989 Pontiac Trans Am Turbo Pace car. Now, from what I can find out online, there were only 1,555 of these made total. 187 of them were T-tops with cloth interior. 15 of them were hard tops with cloth interior. 24 of them were hard top with leather interior. And 1,324 of them were like this one here, T-tops with leather interior. Now, this was a pace car back in 1989. They used it, I believe, in Indianapolis. Obviously, they used it in Daytona, I believe, as well. And the only modifications this car needed to be a pace car were safety mods and decals. That's it. The 3.8 liter turbo V6 was enough of an engine, I guess, and the powertrain in this car to do the duties of a pace car. And I was looking online, doing a little research on this. That was one of the things I think it was known for. They actually had ads out there that showed that the only modifications that this car needed were decals. Now, this specific car doesn't have any decals on the door like the original pace car would have. I don't know if that was a production thing or if that was just for the actual pace cars that were used. What I also read was of the 1,555 cars that were built for production, 3 of those exact cars, those actual cars, were picked to be used as the pace car. And then I guess after the fact, either they sold them or put them in museums or they're with GM somewhere or whatever the case may be. Really a cool looking car. This thing is clean. It has, from what I understand, just over 16,000 miles on it. Again, because of that, I'm thinking it's all original. Looking at it, it looks like it's bone stock. The only thing I think that wouldn't have been in the car is this A-pillar gauge pod system that you can see here. I'm thinking that wasn't original. I also learned that this 3800 Turbo V6 in this car could achieve 0 to 60 in 5.5 seconds. It had a 13.5 quarter mile time, and it can top out at 155 miles per hour. The color of the car is cool. Like, it's white, but I don't know if it's meant to be white or more like one of these pearlescent whites. It doesn't really, to me, have like a pearlescent look, but it doesn't look white. It looks more like an off-white. Now, on video, it's probably getting thrown off a little bit because of the lighting, you know, in this room. But to the eye, like if I put a regular white, a Summit white vehicle of today next to this, this is gonna look a lot more like a cream color almost. It does look good. It's got the nice gold accents on the wheels. Oh, this actually has red calipers and slotted rotors. That's probably aftermarket. I don't think that would have been a factory thing, but it could have been. I don't know. Maybe someone can tell us in the comments. You can see you have your Turbo Trans Am decal here with gold trim matching the wheels. We have our Indianapolis Motor Speedway emblems, and then you also have those on the back of the car as well. It has a, actually, I'm sorry, it just has a turbo, a gold turbo logo in the back with the Trans Am logo. So really cool looking car. Just wanted to take a second to show you. If by chance the customer comes in to pick this up today and I'm here and I'm available to maybe have a chat with them or be able to take some video of the inside or under the hood, I'm gonna try to do that. If you look on the inside, which it's gonna be tough to see through the window, yeah, it's impossible to see through the window. Let me go to the other side. If you look through, it's just like typical 80s type of interior. Like, look at all the buttons on the steering wheel. All the gauges. The gauges are almost center mounted. There's 4 big circle gauges there, which is pretty cool. And then the radio system, which is hard to see down in the middle there, but you have your, you know, like your equalizer and all your tape deck buttons. And this has power windows. It has a power antenna, all that sort of stuff. It is in fact an automatic. I don't know if they made him a manual transmission or not. I didn't find that online, so I don't know how rare it would be if this was an automatic versus a manual transmission, if they even made it with a manual transmission. But pretty cool stuff, man. Anytime something like this comes through the shop or comes through the store, I like to try to make a little video about it to show you, because this is definitely something you don't see every day. I have a customer right now that just showed up to look at a Tahoe, and we have 3 in stock. We have 2 LS Tahoes, which are the basic model, and we have this High Country, which was a demo. It's got about 4,000, actually it's got exactly 4,349 miles on it. They're driving these cameras are really great. They're driving the LS now, They currently have a Tahoe, so they're familiar with the Tahoe itself. They wanted to feel out the new model because the new suspension, the bigger size, you know, it's a longer vehicle now, that sort of thing. However, as we got to discussing what they would want, an LT, luxury package, sunroof, that sort of thing, you just can't get it. We don't have it in stock. So contrary to what you might see about inventories climbing, at our store, for instance, Chevy Tahoe, I have 2 LSs, I have this High Country, I have nothing in transit, and I have 6 orders remaining that we have placed. One of those orders is from August. That's when I took a deposit on the Tahoe Premier. Still have not gotten an allocation to get that truck built. So not easy. You're looking at, you know, 6, 8, 10 months, maybe a 2024 model by the time it gets here. Like, we really don't know. So we have 2 that we can offer you. Unfortunately, they're the bookends. It's the cheapest version of the Tahoe, and it's the most expensive version of the Tahoe. My customer is currently driving the High Country Tahoe. They did just drive the LS. They were very impressed. They liked the new features and the new suspension and everything in the truck, so that's a plus. Their 2017 trade is over here. We're figuring out for about $28,000. It's a 17 with 65 or so thousand miles on it. We'll see. I don't know if I'm gonna put a deal together here because they're looking for that truck that's in the middle, that's $66,000 range. The High Country is 80. The LS doesn't have the features they're used to. So the only thing I could think is that maybe they step up to the High Country, figuring they'll get all of the equipment they want, plus a ton more. It's just, are they willing to spend the extra money? All right, so I was right. My customers are not looking to spend the extra money for the demo High Country. It's just got more than they really need. So why spend the extra 10, 12? The LS, however, has a lot less than what they want. So that's not gonna work for them either. I told them we can factory order, again, 8, 10 months, whatever the case may be, unless something changes and they really step up production. If they do that, obviously we'll give them a call. But for now, we do not have a deal with them. They were originally saying that they had a Mercedes lease coming due. So I was anticipating that they had a time constraint there. They really don't. They can float that car they have longer, the Tahoe, and they have another car they can use when that lease goes back. So they're not in a real rush. They can't order something if they want. So they're gonna think about it. Maybe they come back and put an order in, you know, this way they can get in queue. If they don't, we'll just keep in touch, you know, as we get anything, if we do. But as of right now, like I told them, we have nothing inbound that is not currently spoken for. So what I need you to do is I'm going to ask you the question.
Okay.
And then you're going to repeat the question and answer it.
Okay.
In a sense.
Okay. Let me get that first. Friedman. It was him calling. Seriously.
Seriously.
Rose, what do you think the most wanted Chevrolet vehicle is right now today? Where do you get the most calls for?
The Bolt. Absolutely.
Chevrolet Bolt.
Yes.
Hey Friedman.
Yeah.
Where do you think the #1 vehicle is that we need right now for our customers?
Chevrolet Bolt, EV and EUV.
Ed, what do you think? What's the most wanted vehicle right now?
Well, Crazy Eddie has
Oh
to
my
say
God.
the most interesting vehicle is the Chevrolet Bolt by far. It's the only thing that people are calling on, and now we get to tell them it's 8 to 10 month delay. So any of those dealers out there telling you it's going to be 3 months, they're taking you out of the market, and then 3 months is going to come by, and they're going to say, "Oh, sorry, you have to wait another 5 months." So come to Chevy in Clifton.
The right store. That's going in, Ed.
Oh my gosh.
But in all seriousness, the Bolt is like, we're taking 30 to 40 calls a day easily on the Chevrolet Bolts. Now, what I see as a problem with this is that when a vehicle is built and the VIN number is generated, it seems that Chevy puts it right on Chevy.com and they put it right to the dealership website. So we're showing for vehicles that are in transit or in stock. However, they're all pre-sold. I mean, we have 45 or 50 of these on order from months ago. So we don't have anything coming in that's actually available. But when you do the little build on Chevy.com, it gives you a 250-mile radius from your zip code. So we're getting calls from, I've gotten calls from Virginia, I've gotten calls from Maryland, Delaware, out near Chicago, Texas, of course, Jersey, New York, PA, you know, that sort of thing. So we're fielding a tremendous amount of calls, but there is a amazing amount of interest on the Bolt, especially here in New Jersey, because it is really just a fantastic buy, and it's a fantastic car. By the way, Ed, we work for Schumacher Chevrolet of Livingston.
Yeah,
Not Clifton. We work for Schumacher Chevy of Livingston.
Well, that's why you know I'm Crazy Eddie.
The Bolts are very, very popular. One of the things, like Ed was saying, is that we have customers that are telling us, we're telling customers 8 to 10 months, right? Because that's what it's taking us here. If you find a dealership that has a very small list, that doesn't have a lot of people in front of you, and as they get allocations, you might be able to get a car a little quicker. It might not necessarily be as long as it is here for us. However, we just got some word recently that there's going to be some delays. Retail production of Bolt is going to kind of cease for a little bit, and then it's going to regain back in March. I don't know too much as far as details on that. It's sort of a rumor that I heard, but you know, if that is the case, it's going to slow a lot of stuff down. So once I know for sure, I'll start making calls to all the customers that I have on order, because you know, times are getting a little longer. They're not producing them as fast as we thought.